It's so good that you're here, because today we are going to talk about the 5 koshas, not just from a theoretical point of view, as it's described in the ancient texts like the Upanishads, but we're also going to talk about my personal experience that I had with them. I had an out-of-body experience where I saw and experienced these 5 koshas, and that experience is really something that changed my life, because I started to look at reality in a different way. So before we go into that experience, and after that experience I will elaborate on these 5 koshas, I want to briefly tell you about these 5 bodies. So we have our physical body, it's called Annamaya, because Anna means food, it's our food body. Then we have Pranamaya, it's the energy body that is just around it. Just like our physical body, we have this energy body. And then we have the body of the mind, of the emotional, rational, subconscious mind. And we have our body of intelligence, which is called Vijnanamaya. The body of the mind is called Manomaya, and the body of the intelligence is called Vijnanamaya. But this intelligence is not the intelligence that you measure with the IQ. This intelligence is the cosmic intelligence or cosmic mind that is realized and that directly experiences reality as it is, also the higher subtle dimensions. And then we have Anandamaya. Anandamaya is basically our blissful transcendent self, the Atma, the soul, that is completely beyond this material dimension. Okay, I'm sure you have heard about them, and maybe you've even seen pictures of, like, you know, a person sitting and then they have these different layers of aura or bodies around them, like looking like the first body and building up around each other. So let me tell you how I experienced them, because it will help you to make more sense of them. One day, as I was in a healing session with a very dear friend, I suddenly, we were not really trying to connect now to the 5 koshas. Okay, let's lay down, let's do this. I was just lying down, I was on the phone with that healer, and then we were just trying to connect to my physical body. And as I was doing that, as I was connecting to my physical body, I was really getting very dizzy. I noticed I was not grounded at all. And when I started to connect to my physical body, something happened. Suddenly, my consciousness zoomed out of my body. I was leaving my body, and the first layer that I experienced as I was leaving my body was a very warm feeling, like something very hot was around my body. And that was, of course, the pranic, the energy body. It was just, that much around my physical body. There was this layer of, like, it felt like very warm and cozy. So I experienced that for a moment, and then I zoomed out further. And then something far out happened, because suddenly I saw all these different fragments of my identity, like thousands of them, like just all over the place, all disconnected, all floating. And, you know, if you come from a yogic background, you could say these were the samskaras or different vasanas, like different parts of the personality, different beliefs, different convictions, different thought patterns from different lifetimes. They were all just, you know, floating around. And as I zoomed out even further, I saw like this dark entity, and it was huge. And it was like its own person, and it was really not so nice. And it had only the intention to control or to find some pleasure, but in a very like passionate way. And as I was looking at this dark entity, I realized that this must be my ego. It was a very humbling experience, because I considered myself, you know, somewhat not spiritually advanced, but I had been on my journey for 10 years. And then to see that I still had such a huge ego was kind of like a wake-up call. However, then I was able to also zoom out from that, and it was like I was standing at the side of my bed and looking at myself. I saw myself lying there. I saw the energy body. I didn't see it so much, I felt it more. And I saw these different fragments and my ego. And I saw, and here's the very important thing, I saw that all of these different layers were completely disconnected from each other. My physical body had a certain intention, my energy body had a certain intention, My mind body had a certain intention. Everything was disconnected from each other. Therefore, I felt so dizzy because my different bodies were not in alignment with each other. So, and as I was looking at that scene, as I was observing this, I was asking, who is this observer? Who's seeing all of this? And I was thinking that must be the soul. But what I realized is it was the cosmic intelligence and mind that was looking at this entire scene. And as I was looking for the soul, I saw that within my body, I believe it was at the heart region, I saw a golden light, a shining golden light. And I thought that must be my soul, myself. So I was seeing it, observing it, experiencing it, all at the same time. And whenever I was trying to become too analytical, I would get a little bit out of the experience. So I was really trying to feel the experience and stay absorbed in the experience. And because I was in this cosmic intelligence or cosmic mind, I was really able to, it's really far out because you're able to go anywhere and look at anything you want and you will just see it more as it is. So because at this time, I had a financial struggle, I was like trying to understand more about, wealth, money and my connection to it. And then I saw myself sitting in a meditation posture and I saw that around me was, almost like golden snowflakes that were all around me, like they were slowly coming down and they were all around me everywhere. And I was thinking, wow, that's interesting. And I saw that this was kind of like the personification of money or Lakshmi, the energy of abundance. And I saw that it's always there, it's always present. And then I thought, but then when I wanted to go after that energy, then what kind of happened is that energy that was like golden snowflakes, it just became like a huge golden ball that was so heavy that when I wanted to take it, it kind of like chained me to it and didn't allow me to move any more freely. And that's when I understood when you are attached to money, and attachment means either you really want it very badly or you really don't want it at all, meaning like this accepting, rejecting mentality, then you create separation. You create this illusion that wealth is different from you. It's a little side story now because we're talking about the 5 koshas, but I want to show you what happens when you penetrate through these different layers. So I had this incredible experience where I realized also that wealth, money and abundance, it's like always present. Whatever we need is always there, but because we believe it is not there, we feel the separation. Now, I'm not talking about, oh, everyone is a millionaire, we just don't realize it. But I talk about the point that whatever we need is always provided by the Divine Feminine, by the Divine Mother. It's always there. We just need to open our eyes to see it. Okay? So, and then there are a few more things that happened in that experience, and I don't want to talk more about it because now it becomes a little bit more personal, but I penetrated a little bit more into the Anandamaya body, the bliss body, and I had some beautiful experience of the divine, of my spiritual teachers, and it really stayed with me, this experience. Yeah, it's not like now whenever I want, I can go into these 5 bodies and experience them. But it really helped me to understand various things. First of all, that this whole concept of past, present and future, this whole concept of time is a reality, but it is also an illusion because the only thing that is really real is the present moment. The other thing I saw is how important it is that all of our different bodies are in alignment. Our physical body, energy body, mind body, body of intelligence and the body of the soul, they need to be in alignment. They need to be coherent. If there's no coherency from your soul that really comes out into the world, then you will never be able to live an extraordinary life and really get in your power. Because sometimes spiritual people believe, okay, we have to go and hide away in some cave or in some forest. It's kind of like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, a very famous book, thousands of years old, and Arjuna is there and he's supposed to fight a battle to defend his citizens. And he's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight. I don't want to enter into this war. And then Krishna tells him, no, it's not about running away from the battle or going fully into the battle. It's about just doing your dharma, just doing what you're meant to do. You're a prince, you have to defend your kingdom from the evil forces, so you need to fight, but do it as an offering to the divine, not out of egocentric interests. And that was another realization I had, that if I really want to embrace my dharma, I need to take care of my physical body, energy body, of my mind body, and of the other bodies as well. Therefore, yoga, through its asanas and pranayama and dhyana meditations, really is a holistic approach where you take care of all of these 5 different bodies. So, and now I want to end this video and give you an insight of how you can actually balance these different bodies. Yeah, this is very important. So the physical body, which is made out of the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. In fact, all the elements come from the ether, from the akash. It creates all the other elements. So this body is kind of, it can be balanced in different ways. You can do yoga, you can do exercise, you can go running, you can go hiking. But it's important that the body is functional, healthy and well, which also depends a lot on the diet, on what you eat, on how you sleep. Like it's said in the Bhagavad Gita, a yogi doesn't sleep too much, doesn't sleep too little. A yogi doesn't eat too much, doesn't eat too little. So this is very important that this is taken care of. Then when we come to the energy body, there's a lot to say about that. You have obviously the 7 different chakras. Actually, there are much more, but these are the main ones. And we're going to talk about them in another video. What I want to mention here is that here it's about balancing Ida and Pingala, the feminine and masculine energy within yourself. Yeah, to balance them. Very important. And you can do that through pranayama. You can do that through energy work. I recorded energy meditation on this channel. It's my first video here. You can check it out. It will help you to balance these energies. Then the mind body, of course, has the emotional mind, manas, the rational mind, buddhi. It has the subconscious mind, the chitta, and it has the ego, the ahankara. And they really get balanced through meditation, but they also get really balanced through you getting to know them and through creating a coherent identity in this life. When you incarnate in this particular lifetime, you are given a certain identity. Yeah, that identity in the world, which is ruled by the sun, and then you have this identity of the mind, which is ruled by the moon. And to create coherency within them is only possible when you realize your dharma, your true purpose in this life. And that comes by really working on your heart. Now, inner child work can really help a lot with that. It's also about going to some memories of the past, not to stay stuck in the past, to analyze every detail of your childhood, but to really infuse some of the painful memories with the love of your soul, to heal them and to create coherency. And of course, the body of intelligence, which is ruled by the Mahat element, Buddhists call it body chitta. Some people refer to the cosmic intelligence also as the chitta. That really awakens through deep meditation and deep yogic practices. That's when this intelligence awakens. And as you can also see from my experience, it's not really so much by our own endeavor, but it's given through grace. But one simple way how you can practice the awakening of that cosmic intelligence is through observing your life, just becoming the observer, just zooming out a little bit of your human identity and really observing everything, like you watch it as it's screened in a cinema, like you watch your life on a screen. Yeah. So mindfulness can really help to awaken that cosmic mind. But ultimately it's grace, like everything in life. And then the Atma is pure grace. So the Atma, you can do so much meditation, you can do so many things, but, and this is now my opinion, without the grace of the Guru, you can never experience the Atma. And when you experience the Atma, it has really nothing to do with anything that is in your experience. If you really fully experience the Atma as it connects to the Paramatma, which is Ishvara, which is the divine God, the all-pervading presence, the all-pervading love that we can experience in our life, and the Supreme Person. So as you can see, this topic is quite deep and quite fascinating, and I'm going to talk more about it, about this channel. But I hope this video really inspired you that these concepts of yoga are not just concepts, but they are a reality that you can experience. And aligning these 5 bodies and really aligning all of these different parts with yourself, that's also really what I do in my work when I work with other people. We really try to, and I forgot to mention, is really to ground the physical body. That's actually something I forgot to mention, because that is where healing starts. You need to ground yourself, and you need to ground your physical body. So many spiritual people, they're so disconnected from their physical body because they are somewhat denying or suppressing it. But you really need to embrace your physical body and ground it. Spirituality is a very grounded experience. Yeah? As you can also see, the out-of-body experience actually started by grounding myself into my body. So that's the work that I do with people, really balancing these different bodies, balancing the different energy centers, really looking at some of the samskaras that cause you so much trouble and trying to heal and process them. And yeah, also have some spiritual awakening. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to me. There will be more videos and there will be more healing meditations, and I can't wait for you and for us to continue on this journey. So I wish you all the best. Radhe Shyam.